Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. Today, we are covering by request the pros and the cons of living in Merida. Straight, no chaser. You know, it's warming up in the beautiful city of Merida. It's getting warmer every day, y'all. That heat is coming. And that is one of the things that we will discuss in this video. The pros. Why should I move to Merida? And the cons. Why should I move to another place in Mexico or another place in the world? Because, of course, the world is yours. This weekend, also, we will be doing it podcast style. So you can put your phone down. You will not see my face in the plates. However, I appreciate you being here. Your girl is tired. I've been on a 2-day wedding excursion. I want to congratulate the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. David Vasquez. Sonia, my girlfriend, my good friend, my love. She got married over the weekend. Had a traditional Mayan wedding. That was the first time that I had ever been to a Mayan wedding on the beach. You should see some video right now of the beach. We were out at Celestun Beach in Mexico. Also got the opportunity to see the Gobernador, the governor of the Yucatan. Such a treat. I couldn't get my camera out fast enough, y'all. He threw a kiss at the bus. Because yes, indeed, we went in style. And it was just magical. You had to be there indeed. So this is what I tell you guys. It's about building a community, living a robust and fruitful life here in Merida, Mexico. So without further ado, let's move right into today's show. The pros and the cons of living in Merida. Straight, no chaser. Again, I want to thank you all for being with me today as we tackle the pros and the cons of living in Merida. But before we get into that, we got to get into this. And that's a shout out to my new and my true. You see, I see my numbers going right on up, and I thank you all for subscribing. For the people who have not subscribed, I thank you for being here and for viewing. And hopefully you'll see something that encourages you and inspires you to make that move because you deserve it. My true always holding a sister down, holding your auntie down. Thank you for being with me today. So now, get your pen and paper out. It is time to get into pros first. Be enthusiastic, be excited as we tackle the pros of living in Merida. Number one on the list, and I'm sure you can feel it, economics. Yes, indeed. Saving, living, and earning. Economics, something that they took out of the schools, right? That's vitally important to the vitality of our lifestyle, no matter where we live, but in particularly here in Merida. When we get to save on that rent, when we get to cut the cost of our outgoing expenses, enable us to balance that with our incoming, whether it be monthly stipends, if we're on a fixed income, or if we are still earning and learning and have not gotten to that retirement age of yet. So saving, earning if you're wise enough to take advantage of the business classes that I offer, and start your own business because we need your service or your product. You have an audience, you have a supply and demand. Also, if you're still working, you know I listed those 59 work from home jobs, international work from home, which will enable you to what? Leave the U.S. BS. It's all around the board, 360 saving with buying food, your utilities, all the savings that you need to live a more balanced and fruitful, happy life because you deserve it. Now, while we're on economic saving, money matters, conversion rate. Someone asked me to do a video on the conversion rate and how that affects us, or it affects our budget. Now, keep in mind that the conversion rate does fluctuate daily. You can go to Google and get the U.S. conversion rate. Each country has its own, correct? So they will give you the opportunity in Google, and you can also download an app in the Google Store or the iTunes Store. For my Apple users, that will allow you to convert that rate daily so that you can see when you take your money out the bank exactly how much you're getting out. Now, declining that conversion rate versus accepting it. In accepting the conversion rate, you will get less. Say you want to get out 2,000 pesos. You accept the conversion rate. Now you'll get out 1,700, right? When it's 17 to 1 here, or 15 to 1. It's been pretty low, 16 to 1. So you won't get out your full 2,000 pesos. Versus if you decline it and you take the loss on the American side. So on that side, it'll be a little extra, but you'll get the total amount of pesos that you want. Rewind that and play it again if you didn't understand it. And just remember to decline the conversion rate if you want the total amount of pesos that you are retrieving from your bank. Now let's move into our next one, the weather, baby. Snow no more. That's why we here too. See, this thing is multi-layered. People are here for various reasons. Some of us don't have money issues. We are retired and free from working for someone else. So now we are living the luxury of retirement, or we are recovering and from the USPS, recovering emotionally, mentally, psychologically. A lot of things from the childhood that are bubbling up that we are faced to deal with. I told you, Merida, look at the video. Merida is a hospital because indeed it will bring about a healing in you, in your soul, your body, your spirit. So, weather, snow no more. And your environment. A lot of us go through depression in the States when winter comes. We do, don't we? Everything, the trees get a little bleak. The snow, the leaves fall off, and we kind of feel that way as well. Just think of a 365-day summer, and I mean hot caliente, mucha calor. Summer, and it does something for your spirit, for your being when you get to bathe in the sunlight every day. I don't suggest you bathe very long here. You don't want this tacky hot chip heat. Stay inside and admire it from the cool air conditioning of your home. The next thing we got, y'all, is beaches. Yes! For those of us that live in the inner city, in the interstates, we got to drive, got to go on vacation to go to the beach, right? 20 minutes away from your doorstep. No more than 30 to 40, depending on what part of the city you live in. We're colonial. But you know what? It's just a breath away. And it is beautiful. And it's not a lake. No, it's not a river. It is an ocean. So take advantage of that. And another thing that we love about the weather is it allows us to get exercise, to get our walk in. A lot of people walk in Merida. It is a valued mode of, right? A valued mode of transportation. So we get to walk, inhale, exhale, healthy food, healthy options. You still have your fast food, but you also have your open markets and farmacias on every corner, and your doctors and great prices so that you can visit and take advantage of increasing your lifespan and absorbing the sun and consuming healthy food along with healthy people, which we will get into right now, because the next thing is community. Yes, community. See, the USBS teaches us to separate. I don't like you. Get away from me, even if it's your family. But in some cases, we choose our family, and our family chooses us. They say you can't choose your family. Who says what? Yes, you can. Kinship is kinship. You know, I have had the pleasure of meeting so many beautiful people at the wedding, connecting, new faces, new places. So indeed, community and family is what you make it. And here in Merida, you get the wonderful opportunity to do that, to meet with like-minded, like-journey people who are funny, having flashbacks. I told y'all it's been a long weekend, couple days. You know, we over 50, we need a day in between, but we hit them back to back, celebrating life and the love of my wonderful friends, Sonia and David. And you know, community, let me speak on this because it's deep for me, and connection. CNC, community and connection. See, as we get older, our world gets smaller. When we're young, we out there, we clubbing, we meet people every day. So many friends, so many people. But as you get older, you get your own family, you work, and your world gets a little smaller. And then when you get older than that, you retire. And now the friends you used to work with, you don't work with no more. People have retired and moved to different places and spaces. So now your world is getting small, where mostly it's you and your family and your few valued friends that you've had along your journey. And then you get a little bit older, and those friends start to decrease. They transition on to a better place, and you will see them later. However, your world gets a little smaller. So think about that. When you're so quick to cut people off, when you're so quick to remove yourself. And we as a people have to be taught again. We have to unlearn separation and learn community and connection. We have to relearn that. Because for my 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s babies, we were like that at one point. And somewhere within the USBS, we surrendered to the programming, the matrix, right? So as we get older, community and connection, family is what it's all about. And it's what you make it. It's who you choose to have in your life. And indeed, who chooses you. Merida is for all ages. Community. A lot of young people coming in, teenagers, 20s. Shout out to Frida, Johnny and the crew, Amber. My new clients that came and moved here and have found the place for them, you know. Befriended some of my friends and was able to enjoy the wedding and got part of the connection, part of the community. Groups join them, even if it's for a little while, to connect with other people, activities and events. Facebook, you can look up events that are going on in Merida for when you're coming and schedule to go out and connect. Now, beloveds, we move into the cons, and I will tell you, I had an issue with this because there's just not a lot. Definitely the pros outweigh the cons in Merida. So flip over your sheet and get ready for the cons. Before we move into the cons, I want to give you a couple of bonuses. Because remember, we're talking about straight, no chaser, the pros and cons of living in Merida, Mexico. Bonus, do-over. You get to do a do-over. Indeed, you get a change of energy. You get a change in self, an opportunity to improve who you are. Merida has the ability to open your heart chakra. It will open your heart chakra. And that is a place that I think lives dead and dormant in the USPS. You get the opportunity to live again instead of just surviving. Paycheck to paycheck, dealing with that USBS. Another bonus, and this is the master bonus that complements community and connection, the people here. I simply love the people. Sweet, kind, and non-aggressive, honey. Soft, but not stupid. Don't get it twisted. Smart, skillful, helpful, appreciative. It's amazing to live in an environment where there's calm, no aggression, no hostility, understanding and cohesiveness and cooperation. Yes, cooperation. So, many people here know how to do everything. The plumber can do the electrician, he can do the electricity, the yard, build your pool. So helpful and culturally sound. I have found straight no chaser. These people have the Mayan. When I say these people, I mean the Mayan. Yes, I'm in Mexico, but the root, I'm reminded often that this is Mayan Aztec culture. So the Mayan culture is so rooted, it's so sound, it's intact. On USBS, you have to take into consideration that the U.S. is a conglomeration of all cultures, all races, all people who have settled in this particular area of this plane or planet, right? But in Mexico, the Aztec Mayan culture is ongoing. It's in the people. It's in everything that you experience, the food, the air, the environment. There are still plenty of ruins as you drive down the petaphysical, and they've built around them. How many places can we say that about the U.S., where we've been able to keep ruins from many years ago? Being from the area I am in, and where many of you are from, there have been pyramids, there have been mounds in the Midwest. We have a lot of mounds where civilizations rested and agriculture was grown. And however, many of those are non-existent. You cannot find them. They are part of his story. So I appreciate the do-over bonus and the people and the culture and how sound it is. So we went through our pros, the economics, the ability to save, earn, clean up your credit. You feel me? Buy a car for those who have to leave theirs. More affordable rent and food. And remember that conversion rate. Economics, the pros. Save, earn, clean up that credit. Get you a vehicle at a modest price. How much can you get one for here? Around a decent one, around 5,000 US. A really, really good one, closer to 10. And you're done. And it's new within the last, 5 years. Another thing, remember the conversion rate. We talked about the weather and snow no more. The beaches and the ability to increase or expand your lifespan, increase your lifespan through health, good food, and exercise. We talked about community. As we get older, our world gets smaller. So we talked about Merida, straight no chaser. All ages are welcome. Groups, activities, and events that will expand your family. You get to choose. And people get to choose you based on love, not blood. Haha. Okay. And the bonus, the do-overs, right? The change in energy, the change in self, the growth, the expansion, the ability to work on yourself. It's hard for you to grow in a diseased environment. It's hard for you to heal in a toxic environment. So be in an environment that allows you the opportunity to grow, expand, and be your best self, right? Opening up that heart chakra and giving you the grace to live again instead of just surviving. The second bonus and the end bonus and the biggest bonus of them pros, the people, the culture, the sweetness, the skillfulness, the helpfulness, and being culturally sound with that Mayan background, historical foundation to stand on. So now, lovies, we move over to the cons. Get your pen and paper out, because you ain't going to remember all this. Go back if you missed something. We got deep, because we going straight, no chaser this Sunday. As we talk about the pros and cons of moving to Merida, Mexico. So, the cons, and we don't have many, as I said. The weather. Indeed, it is a pro, and indeed, it is a con. I've known many people that just can't take the heat, and that's okay. Because guess what? It's somewhere else in Mexico, like Oaxaca, Tulum, Mexico City, where you can go where the temperature is not so hot. We are mucho calor down here in Merida, south of the border, indeed. However, you will acclimate and adjust. If you give yourself time and just go with the flow and take the opportunity to find out things to do to help you deal with the heat, which we talked about on previous videos, go back and check some of them out. Valuable information. Going to those malls where you can cool off. That's why the malls are so popular. You ain't got to pay no electricity, and you can sit and enjoy yourself, taking a movie, have something to eat, or just sit and chill for a couple of hours during the warmest part of the day. Merida being a nocturnal city, having to adjust to doing things in the evening instead of the morning. Indeed, restaurants do not open until after 2 or 6 p.m. So making that adjustment in your lifestyle, if you're an early morning person, being able to adjust to maybe going out a little later. And if you are an evening person, welcome to your life. Being able to go out in the morning early too, get whatever you need to get from the store, get back in before that heat hits. And in the summertime, we are looking at the sun rising as early as 5:30 a.m. So early morning jogs may be a thing of the past. We're talking about the cons, straight, no chaser, of living in Merida, Mexico. Another slight con, and I don't look at these as cons, this balance and everything, but these may be challenges that you will have to face. Starting over. We had to do over on the pro side, now we got to starting over on the con side, a challenge for some of us that have a lot to, a lot of stuff, as I call it. Things and more things to get rid of. To disseminate the things that we want and the things we want to give away. And also our homes. Some of us own our homes. So from the physicality of it, of getting, being able to, I won't say offload, but kind of offload. Some of the things you have from the physicality of things, all the way to starting over internally, making a clean break from the states, detaching, knowing you will always be connected, and allowing yourself time to heal. A lot of us are so used to being in the drama, in the static, in survival mode, that it is indeed, a challenge to learn how to let go of the chaos and live in the peace. So starting over. The next thing, income. Yes. Now, well, some of us are retired and don't have to fret. Congratulations, live your best life. But for the rest of us who still got to make a living, take advantage of the business classes, look at what you can do to make a living, an income that will propel you to the next level to be able to live, thrive, and succeed here in Merida, whether it be physical or services that you offer. Starting over ain't got to be that bad. However, it can be daunting, especially when it comes to income, the money you make, whether it is, we got some people that are retired, but they want to supplement that income. They're like, hey, I'm not trying to be bored. And if I can monetize making these sweaters, which if you're making sweaters, we don't need them, but we do need them a few days in the winter. So winter is your time. You got to know when your time to flourish is. Because I need a sweater for about 3 days in December. Definitely a couple days in January. So you think it may not be a market, but there is. Look at the business classes to see what you can do. The next challenge that you may face is we are in a tropical setting. So bugs, geckos, spiders, etc., iguanas. Yes, they are here. Yes, but if you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Now they say, Tia Niki, don't kill the geckos. Don't kill them. But I'm going to let you know something. They got to go. Because what you all don't understand is they make babies. They asexual. They don't need nobody to procreate. And you will find little tadpoles all over your house. They may be deceased, but they're there. And you have to clean them up. So keep the geckos out by putting up screens, mosquito nets, to make sure that you don't get the little babies, okay? Another con or challenge that you may face is language, okay? Learning a new language. It can be, again, very daunting to learn a new language that you have not been exposed to in depth, and you need to communicate. You need things. So you're like, how do I get the things that I need? First of all, so many people are learning English here in Merida because so many people from all over the North American states and countries are moving here. So they see an opportunity, a monetary opportunity, which is great because we need the services. They see I can be bilingual, they can learn another language. So take on the local flavor and invest in learning the language. Do you need to know it to move here? No. Do you need to learn it to live here? I say yes. A few reasons out of respect for the culture and the people, and be bilingual and impress your friends. Indeed, it's a win-win. So the language. And the caveat is, how fluent do you want to be? Do you want to know all that there is to know about Spanish and be able to communicate effectively without a issue, a hiccup? How fluent do you want to be? Or do you want to hold a local conversation with your neighbor? Or a local conversation with the Uber guy? And just be able to know how to maneuver through the city and get the things that you need and communicate effectively. Right? So you measure how much you need to know. Another con or challenge you may face: health insurance. Ta-da! So as you all know, we have covered health insurance. If you go over to Move Abroad and Thrive, Cortez over there has interviewed people in the hospital. Mr. Robert, he himself has been in the hospital, and he talks about the procedure, when it comes to the process, when it comes to health insurance. We also have an international health insurance contact if you want to talk to them about plans, coverage, and options. Okay? So you have international plans, you have out-of-pocket care. That's why we tell you, don't come here without a plan. Plan to have backup savings for if you need them for health. Also, trips to the States, keeping your insurance intact and going back to the States and being able to utilize that if you need it and you need some type of procedure or if you need some type of services that you cannot obtain here in Merida. So if you have to return for care, then a lot of people have had to do that. Okay, I want to give you an honorable mention here when it comes to the challenges or the cons. Cultural shift is a big challenge for some. Living not only in a new city, but a new city that's in a new state, that's in a foreign country, in another country. So you got the triple threat sometimes because it can be overwhelming. It can be, if you allow it. However, there is a shift that will take place that is beyond your control. And the more you resist it, the more difficult it will become. So the best thing you can do is give into that shift, give into, I told y'all can be scared and still do it. Just keep facing forward, and the closer you get to it, the smaller it will get. And you be like, that was all? I can do that. You can do that, and many more things, beloved. Another honorable mention is perros, dogs, honey. Let me tell you something about Mexico. We love our perros down here. They are very popular. People usually have more than one dog. They may have several. It may be a challenge to find a quiet place. I am a HSP, a highly sensitive person. I'm very intuitive. In the States, the ambulance and the fire trucks, when they came by, they would hurt my hearing. I found it to be very distracting. So for my people out there who are sensitive to sound and light, this is for you. You may have to choose an apartment. A lot of those are soundproof, particularly stacked apartments. Or maybe live somewhere rural, away from the city, outside of the peripheral, to find some peace. So for my people who are highly sensitive to sound and to light and to energy, a lot of us attract energy, and so we may find it a challenge to be surrounded, may seem consumed by the energy, because I'm going to tell y'all something, it's stick with energy and it's all good energy. However, it takes you a moment to adjust. You feel me? It takes you a moment to culturally shift. There are small things. I've had clients who were in the store and we shopped and we came out and it was a security at the front of the store, and they showed him, it was a receipt. And I said, you don't have to show your receipt here. They don't need to see it. You are not heavily policed here. I had another client that asked to take pictures in stores. When I came here, I asked. I am simply passing along the things I've learned, beloved. And the point I'm making is it will free you from yourself, because you're being policed on minute levels that you don't even notice. You don't even notice it. Showing your receipt when you leave the store, they look at you like, why are you doing that? That is non-existent. You don't have to do it. They want you to take pictures of the fruit so you can put it on Instagram and send people so they can buy it. They look at that as free marketing, free publicity, right? So I know in the States, you may get a tap on the shoulder from security. You can't do that here. So we talking about that cultural shift and the shift that takes place inside of you. Okay? So letting go of the old life to gain a brand new one, honey. It is yours for the taking. It is yours for the getting. And I am here as an example of it, of you knowing, not thinking, believing, of you knowing that it can be done. Purpose, power, and persistence. Moving forward. I speak it to you. I speak it in you. Be motivated. Be excited. Even on the days where they tell you it can't be done. Even on the days when family members challenge you and give you every reason why not to do it. It is your goal. I set before you your goal to find a reason why you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can do it. And I will meet you at the airport and get you where you got to go. Remember, I have travel packages that will pick you up, drop you off. You know I won that contract with Ibis Styles Gallerias, where you can get that 10% off and come and explore, visit the beautiful city of Merida. Please do. It is worth your time. It is worth it. You want to know if it's worth it? I'm here to tell you it's worth it. I came here and visited, and a month later, I have moved here. And we are living our best life here in Merida. So we have hit the 35-minute mark, beloved. Announcements this week, we will go over quickly. I hope that I was able to shed some light on the pros and the cons, straight, no chaser, about living in the beautiful Yucatan, the capital of the Yucatan, Merida, Mexico. It was such an honor to see the gobernador of Merida. It was amazing. He was out there with the people hugging and shaking hands. It was amazing. So, briefly to recap, the pros: economic, save, earn, clean up that credit, living versus surviving. The weather, snow no more, community, build it. Don't be scared. You get a chance to do a do-over. The bonus is the people. And living in such a loving and non-aggressive and threatening atmosphere. Your challenges are your cons are your challenges, as I like to say. The weather, it is hot. So maybe another place in Merida may be for you. Come here and see. Come during the hottest time. Starting over. Yep, you got to start over at your age. But guess what? You got company. We all doing it. That's common life, common journey. We are all starting over, no matter how old we are, right? Tropical, we got them bugs. We got them. Get you off. Learn where to go. Get your nets. Make sure you got your windows covered. Know how to go out. Learn how to go out in the evenings. If you need to adjust, adapt. Language, don't be scared. Learn it. It may take you 2 years. How fluent do you need to be? Health insurance, look into it. If you need help, contact me, Tia Niki, at tianiki.com. Tia Niki at tianiki.com. Send me an email and ask me, what's the international insurance? I'll send it to you. Honorable mentions, the culture shift. We're talking about the challenges, being able to lean into it and allow you to be a new you. Finding a quiet space for my highly sensitive people, letting go of the old life for the new life, and living in your purpose, power, and position. Indeed. All right. Thank y'all for rolling with us, sister, today. I appreciate you. We are talking now about Chichen Itza. We are going to the announcements for those who want to roll out. Thank you for being here. For those who are still hanging with me, very important, and I'm glad you're here. Chichen Itza, it's going to be too hot in June, y'all. I was trying to fit it in for Juneteenth so we could have a cultural celebration because I do believe that our culture and the Mayan culture definitely are blood and blood, hand in hand. But it's going to be too hot, y'all. We ain't going to be able to do it. So I'm thinking about moving it back to April. I will be taking a poll this week on Monday, tomorrow. Hopefully, I got doctor's appointments all day. Time to do that once a year. You guys take care of yourselves. As Merida opens you up for other levels of taking care of yourself. So I don't know exactly what day, but I'm moving it back to April. June is going to be too hot. And I'm also thinking about doing a light show at night versus going in the day, where we can see the light show and still explore the grounds with our guide. So rolling it around, don't want y'all to be out there and be tacky chip hot. I ain't trying to be hot like that. And Merida is a whole different type of hot. Y'all keep trying to compare it to Texas and Miami and LA. And baby, this is a hot that I will not argue with you about. You can come see for yourself. And then we'll have that conversation later. So Chichanista, date to be determined, moving it back from June. Ain't gonna happen. Too hot. Okay. Alliance group members, thank you so much for being a part of the group. If you have not joined us, please do come to my website and join our mighty team of Adventurer Alliance Group. See, it's all about aligning with who you are and what you want. And if you want it bad enough, definitely it will come into your existence. We talking about manifesting. Indeed, you can do it. If you need help finding your way, schedule a consultation. It is three level tier, sorry. So if you got a little pocket change, I'll talk to you. And if you need an hour of my time, I will use your dime and we can talk. Indeed, I appreciate your support. What I do is not easy, but it's so satisfying. I am grateful that I found my purpose. If you need more help beyond the consultation and need guided strategies on how to leave the USBS, please take my Cut the Cord course. I've had a couple of people recently sign up for the course. If you have any issues accessing it, please email me at Tia Niki at tianiki.com, and you can email me at tianikiinmerida@gmail.com. Cut the Cord course, a guide on how to leave the USBS. Step-by-step instructions, 12 modules, everything from affirming who you are, you got to do that, right? To dealing with family and how to get them right back in their lane. And even if they keep coming in yours, how to dodge them and keep on moving. Indeed, your self-worth is important, and giving your fears a name. We did a video on that a couple of weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, go back and look at it. How to deal with your fears, giving your fears a name so you can call them out and render them what? Powerless. It empowers you to go down the avenue to make the change you need to make for you, for your life. Indeed, you ain't asking nobody else to live it. Free yourself, beloveds. If you are looking to start a business and you like, I need to make money for my change in living abroad, whether it be here or anywhere else, that's what my business classes are all about. I want to thank my students that are in the business development class and also in the solopreneurship class. We explore options for you to have an income, and not only have an income, but have a home-based business that will procreate the funds you need to move abroad and leave the USBS. Indeed, you can do it, beloveds. We have options and we have resources and tools to get you here or get you there. Don't be scared, and even if you are, you can still do it, okay? So look and see what you need, what suits you. I have plenty of business classes. I have a travel coach option. If you just coaching class option, if you need help on how to travel, when to travel, and how to get here and where to go. Also take advantage of the Canva class when we're learning how to market what we do. It's good enough to service or product. But remember, you have to have the ability to market it and get it out there in the public. And if you didn't know, you're hearing it from Tia Niki, marketing is expensive. It is super expensive. If you look at them Super Bowl commercials, they paying $1 million just for 30 minutes of your attention. So the attention is the new currency. And that's exactly what you want to obtain and maintain. And retain is people's attention, to keep them interested on your product or your service, knowing that it will help indeed to free them. So that is all we have for today. I will let you all go. I want to leave you with this word. And I also want to give a shout out quickly to Aljanae and Ken. What's up, homies? They're from the Midwest like me. Give a shout out to Sonia and David for allowing me to attend such a wonderful celebration of love and life. It was off the chain out there, y'all. We had an open bar. My clients had the wonderful opportunity to befriend my friends, which overjoys my heart, because y'all know I'm about CNC, community and connection. And that will not only free you from the USBS and not only free you from yourself, it will free you from the imagination, the false narrative that you do not deserve a better life and that you only deserve a small portion of the American pie when you deserve your whole pie. So come on out to Merida and get it. I'm gone, y'all. Have a wonderful week. Know you can do it. If you need my help, I'm here. Tia Niki at tianiki.com. Go visit me at tianiki.com. Also, you can email me at tianikiandmerida@gmail.com. I will be talking to a lot of you all in the future soon. So with that being said, until next time, peace.